Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Keep going no matter what. Keep going, because you know what? I've talked several times ad nauseum about the path to success. And I said it is not a straight line. I wish it was a straight line. I mean, you're going to run into obstacles. I've talked about that ad nauseum. And you know what? I'll probably talk about it some more because it's something that has to be hammered into people. It has to be hammered in because there are so many men and women out here who had an idea about something they wanted to do, had a plan, and they run into an obstacle. They run into an obstacle, they fall into a ditch, they run into a wall, something happens, something happened in their families. It could be anything that keeps them off the path. And I'm gonna tell you what, no matter what, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. When you have that plan, when you have that vision, when you have that dream about what you're trying to do in life, what you want to do in life, when you have that something inside of you that says, look, this is what you want to do, you got to keep going. Now, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. And you might have to work what I call day jobs until you get it going. You may have to sacrifice. You may have to do something. You probably will have to sacrifice. Let me use that day job example. Just because you're working on a particular job doesn't mean you don't keep going. Before I was doing this, before I was full-time, I was working retail, and I don't have any problem saying that. I was working retail, doing these videos at the same time. In fact, people on my job would hit me up and they would say, hey, I saw that video, or talk to me about a video, And it took a while before I could do this full-time. In fact, I remember when they had, back in 2017, the ad apocalypse. I was about to do this full time and everything, and then that ad apocalypse hit, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta wait a few more months. And I did that, but I kept going. I didn't stop and say, oh, wow, we got this. I can't do this anymore. Let me move up on this job, Because like any job you have, that's just a day job. My main thing was to be sovereign. I talk about this on my Sovereign Man videos on Saturdays. But I kept going. No matter what. No matter what happened, I kept going. When I was publishing books, it was 6 years before I could publish books and make money off of them to the point I didn't have to work for anybody else. 6 years. 6 years. In fact, when I first started publishing, I had to work. I had a full-time job and a part-time job. And yet I was still selling books on weekends. I was still doing stuff and I was still learning. I kept going. I could have stopped. I could have gave up. It's like, oh, I'm not making money from this. Shoot, I was making just enough money just to pay for gas and food and everything. In fact, there was one occasion when I went to this one vending event. I didn't have any money. I had just enough gas to get there and enough gas to get back. I didn't even have money to eat. You know what? I was up there partying. I kept going. I was making a lot of money and I was selling just pamphlets. I was just selling pamphlets. And you have to keep going no matter what. And I've gone through some stuff. But you know what? We all go through some stuff, It could be something in the family. It could be a natural disaster. We all gonna go through some stuff. Anybody who has had a life where they were able to just fly along, let me know. In fact, you need to be doing videos and telling other people how to do it. We all go through some stuff. We all go through breakups, We all have people who come against us. You know, we have jobs that we might lose, businesses that go out of business and everything. Shoot, one of the retail places that I used to work, you know, has gone out of business. Like the building has gone out of business. It's like, I ain't gonna mention the business, but they've gone out of business, you know? But you know what you have to do though? You still have to keep going. You still have to keep going no matter what you're doing and everything. You have to keep going and decide that you want this. Whatever your goal is, whatever it is inside of you that was placed there, however you decide, whatever your dream is, you have to keep going no matter what. You got to make that dream come true. And yeah, there's going to be obstacles, and I've talked ad nauseum about detours, holes in the ground, brick walls, everything. But if you have that dream, if you have that destination, that will get you through a lot of things. You will want to make it through. And it's going to be tough. Yeah, you know what? You might have to work 2 jobs. You might have to work 2 jobs. When I first started publishing, like I said, I was working for the government. I was working for the government and had a part-time job, you know? And then I still had a family to have to deal with. I used to have to do stuff for my grandmother, mother, and sister because they weren't in a position to do something. And then still had my business. I was still going because that was my dream. Now I got the books on the market, and that's not even the main thing now. You know? When I first started doing these videos, I wasn't able to just like live off the videos. Shoot. There was a time I had to go to work and then come home, maybe shower or something, do a video, upload it and all of that. Shoot, the early days, please. And that was before making money off the videos. But you know what? I kept going no matter what, you know? And you know, there's always something. And there's going to be people who are going to tell you something. Let me talk about that, because a lot of times we'll run into someone who will say, oh, you can't do that. No, what they're doing is projecting what they think, what they can do onto you. That's all they're doing. But you know what? You keep going no matter what. There's always going to be something. And shoot, sometimes you're just going to have some straight up haters. But you know what you do? You keep going. You know? Seriously, you keep going no matter what. Think about, like, sit down and think about why you by yourself. And just say, you know what, this is what you want. This is what you want badly. This is what you have talent for, or what you want to get talent for. You know? Sometimes you might have to learn something. You keep going there. No matter what, you'll figure it out. I'm going to tell you what, going through life, if you want something bad enough, the universe will open up for you. You might want to call, you might want to say God or deity, spirit, whatever, but something will open up for you if you want it, if you keep going. There are many people who die, who go to their transition without making it, without doing the things they want to do. I've talked with so many people because, part of what I do is I talk with people. I encourage people. And I'll talk with them. I'll say, they'll say they want to do this or that. And I'll say, okay, how come you're not doing it? Or I'll be like, you can do this. It depends on the situation. Some people I got to jump hard on. Some people I just a little bit of a push. Some people a bigger push. But you got to keep going. You have to decide what you want to do in life. And you got to keep going with it. And trust me, it's tough. I wish it was easy, but it's not. It is not. But no matter what. But here's something too. If you are focused on that goal, or you focus on reaching a certain point, you focus on getting that business going, or whatever it is that you want to do, it'll happen, but you have to keep going no matter what stands in your way, no matter what tries to stand in your way. All right? I want y'all to think about that, all right? I want y'all to think about that. So that's all I have for today. Keep rising to become the best person that you can be, all right? Keep going no matter what. You got this, all right? You got this, all right? So, peace and blessings, everyone.